Hey, it's St. Patty's Day, so you know what that means? I'm wearing green. I got a green shirt. I got a green hat. I got green eyeshadow. I got green glasses. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Being in the clouds all the time, riddled with anxiety and, you know, sadness, it sucks. It really sucks. According to Mind Body Green,
being grounded is an essential skill for empaths and highly sensitive people who pick up emotions from the people and environment around them. It means that you are present in your body and connected with the earth, allowing you to feel centered and balanced no matter what's going on around you.
I don't feel like I am a very grounded person. Though my environment, the people around me influence the thoughts in my head, I can't help but disregard my own feelings. Basically, I don't think my feelings matter. I try not to pay attention to the feelings that I have because I don't want to feel them. I disconnect myself from my heart. I only have my brain to depend on how I feel, which doesn't seem like it makes sense, and it doesn't, but I do it. I disconnect myself from the things that I feel. In emotional situations, I let my mind speak more than my heart. And I don't know if that makes me grounded, but it does make me uncomfortable. I just don't trust my heart or my feelings enough to act on. According to Irene, there are a few situations where grounding yourself can be difficult. One is physical discomfort. You are like tired of shit all the time and physically in pain. It's hard to like see some good in the fucking world when you're annoyed all the time about being physically uncomfortable. This is how she says that you can work with it. Now she says some spiritual stuff, but I'm gonna stupefy it because I'm stupid. So one thing you can do is eat well, have a good diet, I guess. Eat some motherfucking vegetables. She says go to bed early. My bedtime is 3 o'clock in the morning. I think that's a little difficult for me. How early is she talking though? Yeah, I guess that's it. That's all she says, really. The second challenge you face in being grounded is emotional discomfort. God, I'm extra. This is in my area, this emotional shit. I'm emotional all the fucking time. No, I'm kidding. Irene says being present with your emotions can be challenging. I guess, okay, to understand your own emotions and why you're having them. That's what being present with your emotions is. Okay, I get it now. She says to breathe, which is something you should always do when you're feeling very intense emotions. One thing you should do is just let yourself feel what you're feeling and breathe while you're feeling it. If you're feeling very sad, let yourself be sad. This is basic psychology, guys. When you just bottle shit up, fucking, there's a limit. It's a bottle. There is a capacity to how big your bottle is. Doesn't matter if your bottle is small or if it's huge, there is a limit. And you should never exceed that limit. You should always be present with what you're feeling and how you're feeling it, and it's just, you just sit there, you just gotta be sad if you're sad. Given if you are always feeling sad and nothing you do helps, obviously get help. Go to a therapist. There is something called a mental illness, and you might have it, and you should take care of it, which is also part of being grounded. Take care of yourself, because when you are clinically depressed, that is not just emotional discomfort, that is literal physical discomfort, because that is your brain. It's not you, it's your brain. Even though it may feel part of you, it's just something you have to take care of. It's not healthy, it's not good to feel sad all the time. That's not okay. But in a different light, being sad can be okay. Do not feel like you always have to be happy. Let yourself feel a little angry. Let yourself feel a little sad. Let yourself feel a little guilty. Allow yourself to feel these feelings, because when you just bottle it all up and just leave it on the top shelf to overflow, it's just gonna leak everywhere. And you don't want to clean all that shit up, honestly. And you don't want to make anybody else clean it either. I mean, I wouldn't want to make anybody else clean it. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot. The last topic. The third challenge in trying to ground yourself is you not wanting to be on the planet. I hate the reality that I live in. I hate being stuck in one place all the time. I hate not going out and just living because of all the anxiousness that I feel about going out. That's something that I and maybe you need to work on. How we can work with it. I'm gonna read what she says. I'm just gonna straight up plagiarize here. I don't think I understand it. I failed comprehension in high school.
Healing or integrating this part of you that doesn't want to be here takes time. It has many layers to it. It's important to remember that as long as you're here, even if you don't want to be, you can use this energy and strength of the earth to support you. Grounding will actually help you feel more balanced and centered once you get through the resistance.
Now, that doesn't really explain much for me, but it does inspire thoughts. I'm gonna explain this in my own words. So, hating the world you live in. I can tell you, hey, we only live once. Don't be so fucking sad all the time. Don't be so angry all the time. Don't be so negative all the time. Be more happy. Love people more. Accept people more. Yada yada. Boo-hoo. Easier said than done. There is no one formula to being happy because that formula changes for everyone all the time. When I was a kid, my formula for being happy was to draw, to play pretend with my friends, or to play with my dolls in my dollhouse. That was my happiness as a child. As I grew, obviously my brain developed and I began to understand the world more. Life became more difficult to accept for me. My formula for happiness was a lot harder. It was harder to find happiness in a world where people will always put you down for being you and will always try to find a way to take advantage of you for their formula of their own happiness. And that's them. But you're you. You don't need to, like, I don't know, what the fuck? Like, you don't have to do these things that people say that you have to do to be happy. Because all that's gonna do is stress you out. It's difficult for me to explain this because I'm trying to figure it out myself as I'm talking. You really just need to be present with yourself and at least try to understand yourself. Don't stress yourself out doing it. I'm not really sure what happiness is exactly, but I know happiness isn't happiness all the time. I know happiness comes after sadness, and I know happiness comes after anger. I know happiness is not something you feel all the time. I know happiness isn't always, fucking shits and giggles. And it's not always, having a smile on your face. It's not always doing what you love. It's not always being loved at all. But I do know the happiness starts with loving yourself. And when you learn to love yourself, you gotta at least start. No. Just, if you're feeling happy ever, I guess embrace it. Because truly, it does not always come that often to the rest of us. It's like a rainy day in a drought, you know? And I guess in that rainy day, do everything you can. Because who knows when the clouds are gonna clear up again. Reality to me is like running on a treadmill at the same speed forever. And the only thing you have control of is what you watch on the TV in front of you. Maybe you're at Planet Fitness or something, because they got TVs for you to watch there. It's pretty cool.